Alright, is this clear? Trying to get the lighting just right. Ah, it's the alphabet. Okay. So what the hell did this guy say last? Oh, that's right. So A to A sharp, B, C. No sharps and flats in between. C sharp, D, D sharp, E, E, F. F to F sharp, G, G sharp. So today's video we're going to talk about using the alphabet, going from there to making a major scale. First off, what is a major scale? We want to go that, but there's two words that we need to learn. The people who I'm making this video for, the guys I have in mind, you guys already know this. But for those guys that just find this video that don't know, here's the new vocabulary here. Two terms. The first term is half step. Half step. Half step. Half step. The other one is whole step. Whole step. Half step. Whole step. Half step. Whole step. You got a whole step. You got a half step. Okay. So let's go back to this thing and get the lighting right. Ah, man. I'm sorry, guys. This fucking production is balls. Okay, there's a little shadow. There we go. So, here's the alphabet, right? What whole step and half step represent are, let's say, the amount of space you move from one spot to another. You guys ever play hopscotch? You ever play hopscotch? Imagine this being, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Imagine this being 12 bars of hopscotch, like 12 squares. So you're on the first square, your foot's on the first square, and you're gonna leap, not to the next one right next to you, but you're gonna leap to another one. Well, how much space in between the step that you're in versus the step where you land? And that space in between is what is in mind when we use the terms half step and whole step. How far are you moving? Now, okay. So let's start. Should have wrote this up before I started the video. Okay. It's okay. You guys are gonna love this. All right. Okay, so let's start with this one. HS, half step. A half step is one move. It's 1 point of movement. So let's say you're from A. Half step, 1 point, one movement. What is a half step? A half step from A is just A sharp. It's just 1 over. What's a half step up from A sharp? A half step up from A sharp. Up. 1 point up from A sharp. It's just B. So how far above is C above B? It's just 1 point, right? It's just one step. That's a half step. C is 1 half step above B. C is 1 half step above B. Half step above C, C sharp. And one after another, you would be moving in half steps. Half step is 1 point. I know I'm being repetitive, but you know. Okay, so if half step is 1 point, what the hell is this one underneath it? WS. Whole step. Well, if half step is 1 point, what's a whole step? It's what you'd expect. It means 2. If half step is 1, whole step is 2. This is going to be important in where we're going to make scales. It's already 4 minutes. Jeez Louise. So from A, what is a whole step up from A? A whole step up from A is 2 movements up. So a whole step would be B. B. A whole step up from A is B. Okay, now from B, what's a whole step up from B? What's a whole step up from B? A whole step is 2 movements, right? 2 points up. So you're in B. You move up 2 points. Where are you? Ah, you're in C. No, you're not in C. You're in C sharp. You're in B. A whole step is 2 moves. So 1, 2. C sharp. A whole step up from B is C sharp. What's a whole step up from C sharp? We're starting from C sharp now. What's a whole step up from C sharp? A whole step up from C sharp. Well, it's 2 movements, right? So 1, 2. D sharp. D sharp. A whole step up from C sharp. D sharp. Now here, let's use them both. From D sharp, what's up a whole step? A whole step. What's up a whole step from D sharp? 2 movements. Ah, F. Say that one out loud, because that's a tricky one. What's a whole step up from D sharp? A whole step up from D sharp. D sharp, E, F. Ooh, that sounds pretty hardcore music-ish, doesn't it? A whole step up from D sharp is F. What's a half step up from D sharp is E. From D sharp, half step is E. Whole step is F. And then from F, a whole step would be G. Half step would be F sharp, and then etc. Whole step, half step. 1 point, 2 points. Whole and half. Whole and half. Those are fundamental. You cannot make sense of music. You cannot make sense of the next lesson unless you drill these in your head. Half step, whole step, half step. Okay? 2 terms. Now from those, oh man, I was going to do that and then major scale, but I'm already taking up too much time. The next video will cover how to use those terms in making major scales. This is going to be a huge video, so stay tuned for that one.